Hello and welcome back to my podcast. My name is Eliya. I am a spiritual healer and an inner peacemaker. I guide women through a self-healing journey on their way to creating a happier, safer inner world for themselves to live through and walk in this world in a more peaceful state. And today I actually wanted to speak to you about self-abandonment, but that it's very difficult for me to speak about things that are not alive in me right now. So whenever I come to write something or to give myself some kind of guidance towards what I'm about in an episode or in a podcast or in a meditation or in a workshop or a course that I'm giving, anything that I'm doing, I always have this need to be very truthful to what is happening inside me right now. As I was giving the little intro saying, hi, my name is Yaara, I am an inner peacemaker and I guide women to live through a more peaceful state in their life, I felt in my body this really strong disconnected sense or kind of a little bit of self-anger space around that sentence. I help women find a more peaceful way and happy through their life. And the reason that I felt disconnected from that is actually because today and right in this moment, I'm feeling quite frustrated and very angry. And I'm feeling I am having trouble with a specific topic in my life, a specific topic that has repeated for several times during the past few months. And I am truly struggling to be in alignment with myself about this topic. And the thing is that it's not that I need to find a peace with this. So if there is something that is going on in my life where I am not standing myself, I'm not standing up for what is important for me, I'm not showing up for myself fully, even though I know I need to and I should and I know it's important. And so in this case, it's not about me finding this topic, but it's about finding power and finding the space in myself of standing up for myself, finding strength and finding the feeling that I'm worthy, the feeling that I'm important enough, the feeling that I'm safe enough in order to stand up for myself in this topic. And so I'm circling back to what I talk about, and that is, why do we abandon ourselves? And so I guess I am staying with the topic that I was going to speak about, but I'm speaking about this today from a very embodied place of struggling not to abandon myself in this topic and struggling to find that strength that I was referring to be in the space of and just standing in my power in that space. And let me just back up for a moment and make sense of what I'm saying right now. So why do we abandon ourselves? Where does it come from? Why do we have this mechanism of abandoning ourselves? I believe, and this is from my experience and from experience of many, many years of these inner mechanisms, I believe that the reason that we abandon ourselves is to be safe. Because when we were children, the adults, they needed to be the ones that make the calls. They needed to be the ones that make the shots. They needed to be the ones that are right, the ones that decide things. They needed to be the strong and the powerful. And so us as children, and I'm sure many of you can relate to that, if we spoke up, we were either silenced, maybe even shamed, maybe they were angry at us. There were difficult consequences to us being powerful, to us standing up for something, to us wanting something and demanding it. And this is not, it's a little bit different than self-silencing, because it's not just about knowing and acknowledging your emotions, but it's about being powerful. So as children, how were you treated whenever you tried to be powerful? Whenever you tried to take the lead on something, or whenever you were up against something that was happening in your household, whenever you had an unpopular opinion, whenever you had an emotion that was not very welcomed, whenever you said something that did not correspond well with the adults around you, how was that treated? How was that responded to? And for many of us, it was responded to in a very painful way, because the adult needed to be the right one. They needed to be the strong one. And if we did anything to assume a power position and to say something that would cut or take away from the power of the adult, then we had to be silenced, and we eventually had to be abandoned to some extent. And so we learned to abandon ourselves. We learned that we want to be safe, because as children, adults are our safety, our parents are our safety. And so if we wanted to be safe, then we need to abandon ourselves. Otherwise, which means we will not be safe. And so we had to become weak. We had to become silent, and we had to learn to diminish our power, to diminish our strength. And again, I want to distinguish a little bit this from just self-silencing, for where self-silencing is like step number one here, where you have a certain emotion and really look deep into your own inner emotion. You can't really let yourself feel it. You can't really let yourself embody it and express it even to yourself. So self-silencing is of it. Not always, but I think self-silencing in this regard is much more of an internal reaction towards your own emotions, whereas the self-abandonment means that you're taking away from your power also in front of others. Another layer on top of the self-silencing here, the layer that says, in order to be loved and safe, I must abandon myself. It's more than I can't feel my because they're challenging, because they're difficult, because we don't have time for that. It's even further than that. It's another step into your physical form that says, in this body, I am not allowed to be powerful. The word powerful is super meaningful here, because stating what you want and standing up for yourself is a powerful position. Taking a stand is a power. Feeling your emotions is also a powerful position, but it's much more delicate. Taking a stand and really owning what you want, also in front of others, that's assuming a very powerful position that many of us were not allowed to do that. And so we learn to be weak, as we said. But now as we become the adults and we are the need to assume a power position in our own lives, not just in regards to others. If you have children, then maybe you're responsible for other people as well. But in your own life, this is now the time where you're responsible for yourself. That means that now this is the time where You need to stand in a powerful position within yourself and also in regards to others, in relationship to others, in communication with others. You need to assume a powerful to become, a person that defends on their values, that says what they think, that sometimes has conflicts with people, that sometimes because of their opinions. And that's a very challenging thing. And it's for the child, it's a very scary thing. And how then do we transition into this and owning this powerful position and stop abandoning ourselves with that feeling that could be dangerous, because that emotion is still within us. And that's why we keep reliving this pattern of self-abandonment for the sake of feeling safe. So we keep not assuming a powerful position for the sake of feeling safe. But guess what? It leaves us feeling even more safe. It leaves us feeling very lonely and very weak, very unworthy, and far away from safe and loved. So maybe as children, this technique worked. Maybe as children, when we silenced ourselves, when we abandoned ourselves, then we would receive the love of others, of our family, of our parents. Then they would say, oh yes, now you're a good girl, you're a good child, good, I love you, well done, well done. We would receive that sense of safety and love from our adults. But now as we are the adults, it doesn't work like that anymore. Who's gonna tell you, oh, you're a good girl, yeah, I love you, for silencing yourself, for not what you want and for abandoning yourself? It doesn't work like that anymore. Now, when you silence yourself, you feel shit. You feel like you've neglected yourself. You feel that you've abandoned yourself. You're not worthy, and you definitely don't feel safe, and you definitely don't feel loved. But that's a mechanism that needs to be relearned. It's a mechanism that we need to fully experience in our body in order. Oh, wait, this isn't working anymore. I thought it would work. I thought it would make me feel really good, but it's not working anymore. When I abandon myself, I'm not feeling loved, I'm not feeling safety. Okay, then what do I need then in order to feel safe? Well, guess what? In order to feel safe, what you need is one, to stand up for what you want. And that someone is you. In order to feel safe, you need to feel seen. In order to feel loved, you need to feel valued. And so we come back to our own power position, and it's our time to take that power position and be that voice that we couldn't have been for so long. Assume power position. And I say that like you do before you go to war, and I mean that in that way. Assume your power position, because in your body it will feel fucking dangerous. In your body, it will feel like you might even die because you're in position. Because who will love me as I take this power position? Guess what? You will. You will love you as you take this power position. You will appreciate you. You will be comfortable in your own skin. You will feel like you matter because you matter to you. And anyone else that might not like this new shift in you, well, then they have a problem with feeling safe in themselves, trying to diminish you. But you are now the one to assume power position. There is a sense of war in it. There is a sense of soldier in it. You need to be a soldier unto yourself in your own army, combating for yourself. Yeah, I know I talk about peace all the time, but I'm saying this now because in here the energy of strength is needed. the energy of strength and power, and not being ashamed, not being weak and silenced as now, because that was the way to feel loved and safe. Not anymore. Not anymore. The way to be loved and safe now goes through your own power. It goes through your own yes to yourself. It goes through your own unapologetic self. And be that whatever it may be, whatever you in your life right now, however it may look in your life right now, whatever you need to do, whatever you need to say to whoever you need to say, you know what's going on in your life. You know why you're meeting this episode now, why this is speaking to you. Clicked an episode called Why Do We Abandon Ourselves? And so there's something in your life that wants you to stop abandoning it. There's a part of you that wants position. What is it? Now is a great time to be very honest with yourself and say that to yourself. In this topic, I am abandoning myself. In this topic, it is time for me to assume my power position. Like it is time for me to find safety and trust my own voice within myself. It is time for me to take a stand in this topic and stop abandoning myself. If you're struggling with words to yourselves, then I highly recommend that once this episode is done, you take a journal and you write about it. Where am I abandoning myself in my life right now? Why am I abandoning myself? What feelings, emotions to feel when I leave myself, when I don't speak up for myself? And what's the worst thing that would happen if I will assume this power position? What's my fear behind it? And then go to the opposite direction in order for me to assume a powerful position. Or better yet, nothing needs to happen for you to assume a power position. You just need to do it. And let yourself experience that sense of I am strong within your body. Let yourself experience that sense of I am fucking safe within myself. I am my own safety. I am my own love. I am my own safety. I am my own love. And that's scary. I know it is. I know it is. But I really believe that's the medicine. That is the medicine. And power can be a beautiful thing. Power doesn't need to hurt others. Power can just be power inside you. It can just make you feel strong. And strong and safety go together. So, in what topic in your life are you going to assume a power position? Take a stand up for yourself, not abandon yourself anymore. And find that inner trust, build that inner trust. Rest in this inner safety that you have inside. Own best friend. I am my own leader. I am my own lover. I love myself unconditionally. And I am worthy. I'm worthy of taking a stand. I'm worthy of feeling strong, feeling powerful, saying, doing what is right for me. I am worthy, and you are. You are. And with that, feeling stronger within myself right now, I wish us a safe, happy, and a powerful journey with this process, returning to ourselves from our self-abandonment. And let me tell you that I am practicing this too, right here with you right now. As I opened in this episode, this is something that I've been feeling challenged with today and in the past few months. So rest assured, you're not doing this alone. I'm practicing here with you. As you listen to this, know that I'm also in this journey with you. And I thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you are beginning to assume your power position, soldier. Please do give it a thumbs up, give it a heart, give it a like, share this on your social. And wherever you are, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.